friends, it's Terri Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. In this video tutorial, I'm going to turn a lunch bag into a gift bag using the Scenic Adventure dies. These dies are part of Stampin' Up's May 2025 online exclusives. There are several new products that became available early May, and these dies are bundled with a stamp set for 10% savings. For this project, I'm just going to be using the dies. They are very versatile for many different occasion cards, so I'm going to set those aside. And I'm also going to be using the exposed brick embossing folder for the project. The designer series paper I'm going to be using is the Country Woods 12 by 12 paper. It is all wood grain prints. They're double-sided, and you can duplicate this project using any of these prints. I am going to be using this print and this print for the project. To save some video time, I have prepped a lot of the work ahead of time, but I will share how I created those along with the measurements. So my lunch bag is 5 1/8 by 10 5/8, and then it opens up to be 3 1/3. That doesn't matter for the measurements. If your lunch bag is different in size, the measurements for the cardstock will just change accordingly. So I'll show you that in a moment. So for the lunch bag, the part that has this folded over, and this I consider the front of the bag, the seam is in the back. With the front up like this, we're going to take this part of the lunch bag and fold it up. I'm just going to line it up to the edge here and then just crease that. So I mentioned if your lunch bag is different, I would measure this area and this cardstock that I have cut in the early espresso cardstock. Mine is 5 by 3. You would make yours whatever size makes that appropriate, and then just adjust the other layers accordingly. So the first thing for the lunch bag is to make the pocket. So I am going to use Terri tape. This is a strong adhesive, so I'm going to put Terri tape along this seam. And the beauty of Terri tape is you can tear it with your fingers, or you can use a scissors and cut it. So I'm just going to tear it and have it adhered right here. So when that goes up, that's going to create a pocket right there. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm going to take the backing off. I have my take your pick tool handy, helps me get that backing off. And this is going to create a pocket. I'm going to use this pocket for a gift tag. You can use this pocket for a gift card. You can use it for a gift. You can tuck a little gift in there. So that works accordingly. We're going to decorate this before I show you how you make the closure. So we talked about this is the cardstock that I've cut. I'm using early espresso. So I have that cut. Then I have a Country Woods Designer Series paper, the tree line, the die cut tree line. For this one, I have my cardstock cut slightly narrower than this one, and I die cut this already, but I left it at 3 inches in length, which is equal to the width here. So that should, let me explain why I did that. I'm going to put it on here. So what I did is I did that, and then I placed that die across here and cut that out. That's going to let me maximize the paper. I can use this for the back layer, and this is going to be for the front layer. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and assemble as I go. I think that might be easier for this project. So I'm going to adhere this. I'm just going to use my double-sided adhesive. I am using the Stampin' Seal Plus for this project. It's a little bit stronger than the Stampin' Seal. So I just put adhesive here, and because dark on dark, I'm going to move it here. I want to make sure you visually see what I'm doing. Now I only have a 1/16 of an inch border around for the cardstock, so I'm going to match that up to be equal spacing and let this fall into place. I purposely left this on to show you that all of this piece here is going to be covered up. So sometimes I think it's best to just take and cut off some of that, including this little one here, just a little bit of that. That tends to fly into that area. So I cut this off because I want my adhesive to bond to this for the next layer. So the next layer I have is for the die cut for the mountains. I chose another designer series paper, the darker color, and this started out to be 4 7/8, the same width as this, and 2 inches. And I placed this on here, ran it through my die cutting machine, and cut out those mountains. Those are the next layers. But when I place this down, I also want to fill in a little bit here. So I added an optional layer that is 3.5 by 2 3/4. So I could create another mountain ridge in another designer series paper. So for this one, I just moved the die over on this area and cut that out. So I just want to explain what I did. I'm going to trim that off. So now what I'm going to do is adhere this one behind here just to add another contrast of layers there. So to do that, I'm going to first put my adhesive on this piece. And this die cuts out all of these extra little decorative layers, which works out good. So I'm going to then take and line this one up to the edge like so. So now I have that right like so. And then I'm going to add more adhesive here. Then I can add this to this layer. So now I'm going to look for equal spacing on the bottom and the 2 sides and adhere that. So that's how I've got those layers. Now, I already told you that this was going to be the last layer here, so that's going to be applied like so. Now, these trees, I want to adhere those down. If you left them up, they're going to get caught, so I'm going to adhere those down with the multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm using my silicone craft mat. I'm going to put my liquid glue on the craft mat. I'm going to grab a sponge dauber. I've got this one dedicated to my liquid glue. It gets real tacky, but I can reuse it. I think I need a little bit more glue than that. So the beauty of the silicone craft mat, this glue will dry and then you can just peel it right off. So how I do this, let me explain how I do this. I've done a few of these already. I'm making these for an upcoming swap. So I tap it here so I get most of the glue there, and then I'm going to hold this down and tap real lightly the rest of this area here. And this liquid glue dries really well, and it gives you a little bit of time for positioning. And then I'm going to put that corner down, and then there we go. Don't you love how that turned out? Now this would make a great card as well. So when I'm done showing you the gift bag, I have a gift card that I've made that coordinates with this. So now that we have this done, this is what's going to get adhered right to this pocket. So I just love how the craft lunch bag works really well with this designer series paper. Now you could recreate this using all kinds of different products for whatever occasion you need a gift bag for. So here I've got that adhered like so. Now for the pocket, I'm going to put in a gift tag. So I did some work ahead of time. Now I forgot to bring the punch over that I punched this. This is a punch that's in the annual catalog. It's called Elegant Edge Take Topper. When your cardstock's 2 inches width, you can put it in and punch this decorative. So I have one in Early Espresso. I have one in Pool Party. For the Pool Party one, I did texturize it with the exposed brick folder to add some texture to that. And I also created one with the window sheet. So I'm going to take all 3 of these and I'm going to take a piece of linen thread. I think this is about 6 or 7 inches. And then I have a dental floss threader. This works great. You can put this through all of the holes, keep the loop on one side, put your linen thread through that, pull it, but only let one tail go all the way through. That helps you thread these pieces. I'm going to line the ends up, and I'm going to take, and I think this is a slip knot, just make a little loop. I'm going to have it go closer down here and just let those hang out like that. Now on the back of this, I did use some dies. They're called textured note dies, and I cut that out and adhered to the back, and I stamped on here with a stamp set that is the You Are Remarkable stamp set. I just like that sentiment. Now what I'm going to do, the clear window one is going to go on the outside. And then what I've done, so I've got that, so I jumped the gun here. What I got here is these trees. Now let me talk about these trees. These were cut out with this die. I cut them out with designer series paper, but what I did with the paper is I adhered it to the adhesive foam sheets. These, I think you get 6 of these in a package. They're 4.5 by 4.25. You cut your paper or cardstock the same size, peel off one side, they're identical, peel off one side, put your paper here. So I did that ahead of time. Then you take your die and you place it down, sandwich it just as any other die you're going to go through. You're in cut and emboss machine. It will cut through that foam and cut out those trees with you. What the beauty now is, they're adhesive. It's got adhesive back, plus it's a dimensional tree. So I did that work ahead of time. And what I'm going to do is put these trees on the window sheet. So I'm going to peel the backing off. And yeah, got all those little inserts punched out. And then I'm going to watch this tree trunk. This one, I got to make sure I put that one down in the position I want it. I'm going to put that tree trunk down first, get that lined up, and then get this one to go straight. That's a little bit wobbly because of the small piece there. Now my window sheet can go on the outside of the bag, and the trees can be on the front of the bag, and you can position that anywhere you want in the gift bag. So that's the little gift tag. Now for the top here, we have the Early Espresso cardstock. I have that 5 1/8 by 2 3/4. I scored it at 1 3/8. And then I also put this, after I cut it and scored it, I put it in the folder, ran that through, and got some texture on here. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to use my Seal Plus and put 2 strips of adhesive on the back. Well, they're identical. Right now, whatever one you put adhesive on, that's considered the back. Then I'm going to hold this so the adhesive is up. I can line it up, and then I'm just going to wrap that around the back and adhere that. So now that's how you put open the gift bag and put your gift in there. Now we want a closure for this. So what I have for the closure, I have some Early Espresso die cuts. These are from the Nested Essential dies, and you can pick whatever size you want. I have 2 in Early Espresso, a larger one, a smaller one, and then I have 1 in Basic White with the sentiment. So if you have a smaller sentiment, you just determine that size by that. So what I'm going to do is adhere these 2 together. So I'm going to look for equal spacing. This is going to be the front of the closure. Then what I have here is a paper clip. I'm using a big paper clip. You can use a smaller one if you need to. So this is the front of the smaller tag. I'm going to put the paper clip around that with the larger end on the front side, the smaller end on the back side. I tell the back by how the cut stitching is. If you have an image that you can't tell the front or the back, the key here is we're putting tear and tape across the smaller end of the paper clip, the shorter end of the paper clip. As I mentioned, tear and tape, it's a strong adhesive, you can tear it. I usually put 3 strips across there, and This is going to be a strong adhesive. We want to make sure this just stays bonded together. So I have that, and this is going to go on the back of this. So this is the right reading. This is the top. This is the top. And that goes on like that. So you want this back piece to be shorter. We don't want the paper clip to be up on the top there. So now we have a paper clip that you can close this, put your paper clip on, and you have a closure for the bag, and then you have a little sentiment there. So I hope you like this project. As I mentioned, you can take this whole part right here and duplicate that and make it into a greeting card. And I put this on a crumb cake card base, but everything else here was done the same way. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have a PDF that you can download that will have the measurements for this project, along with the supply list and a link to this video to assist you in recreating this project. If you like my free PDFs, I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my channel, share my videos, and watch my videos. That would be much appreciated. Take care and happy creating.